Now, I would like to initiate the opening session of the conference by inviting Qari Syed Khalid Hameed Kazmi for the recitation from the Holy Qur'an. He will be reciting from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 274 to 276.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين ينفقون أموالهم بالليل والنهار سرا وعلانية فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس. ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف وأمره إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. يمحق الله الربا ويربي الصدقات والله لا يحب كل كفار أثيم صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Now the translation. Those who spend their wealth in Allah's cause by night and day, in secret and in public, they shall have their reward with their Lord. On them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. Those who eat riba, usury, will not stand on the day of resurrection except for the standing of a person beaten by shaitan, leading him to insanity. That is because they say trading is only like riba, usury, whereas Allah has permitted trading and forbidden riba. So whosoever receives an admonition from his Lord and stops eating riba shall not be punished for the past. His case is for Allah to judge, but whoever returns to riba, usury, such are the dwellers of the fire, they will abide therein. Allah will destroy riba, usury, and will give increase for sadaqat, deeds of charity, alms, etc. And Allah likes not the disbelievers, sinners. Time for the conference introduction. I would request Professor Dr. Ishaq Bhatti, live from La Trobe University, Australia, for the conference introduction. Over to you, Dr. Ishaq Bhatti. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. This is an amazing event. What a wonderful time of our life, post during COVID-19. 2020 marks a year of unprecedented events, isn't it? And our conference, as usual. We used to meet each other physically and then embark on a new innovation of our research, and we discuss a lot of issues. This year, the global pandemic and consequential lockdown restriction created an economic chaos throughout the world, not only in Pakistan or Muslim countries. Rather, what happened? The business was shut down. Same in Australia. Unemployment went through the roof. Extraordinary money supply by the central banks were injected from superpowers to the poor countries to attempt to stabilize the economy and society. It was amazing to see the world was really polarized. What an amazing time of our life. In this volatile environment, we are conducting our fourth World Islamic Economic and Finance Conference at one of the best universities, Minhaj University, Lahore. This is the timely event to address these issues, which I stated earlier. There's a need of Muslim countries to make their social economic policies in accordance with the Islamic principles. This will enable us to achieve Islamic economic objective of human well-being, reduction of poverty, Professor Naseem Shirazi's area, and hunger from Fukra and Masakin by developing a unified global Islamic economic and finance model, which was proposed by our loving Shaykhul Islam, Professor Dr. Muhammad Tahir al-Qadri, Shaykhul Islam, in our first conference. And this is the time to implement and employ that model. My dear colleagues, Minhaj University has been organizing World Islamic Economic Finance conferences annually since 2018. Selected papers of previous conferences formed two books. The first book, entitled The Growth of Islamic Finance, Banking, Innovation, Governance, and Risk Mitigation, and the second book on contemporary issues in Islamic social finance is in press. Both books were edited by myself and my wonderful colleague, Professor Dr. Hussain Muhyiddin Qadri. And it is published by Routledge, USA and UK. This year's 2021 conference is also being organized by the School of Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance in collaboration with ICRI, Minhaj University, Lahore. This event is being collaborated, interestingly, by 15 local and international sponsors. This is one of the biggest sponsor event we are having during the series of conferences. This include IOFI and IIFM Bahrain, Cambridge, IFA UK, and IFICR, ISRA Malaysia, PAT Solution Kuwait, as well as PayPal Turkey, Microsoft, also one of the sponsors, United Bank of Albania, Bank of NISMA, IPEF Kyrgyzstan, Fingal Global, thanks to Dr. Mughis, and Higher Education Commission of Pakistan and Higher Education Commission of Punjab, in collaboration with my own university, Trobe University, Melbourne campus of Australia. Wonderful event and wonderful situation we are having this event. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the objectives of this conference is to see if there is an interconnectedness between COVID-affected communities and Islamic financial institutions in solving socio-economic and geopolitical issues in a digital world. Internet connected iPad and iPhone and mobile connected world, working from home era. What an amazing era we are facing in post-COVID time. Being one of the co-organizers of this conference, my responsibilities are to introduce the conference theme and objective, as well as to introduce the honorable keynote speakers in these opening events. Let me begin with the first. The theme of this conference is Pandemic Crisis, Digitalization and Social Responsibilities, an emerging role of Islamic economic and finance. This will be discussed by expert scholars during their keynote speeches and presentation. Practical implication will be discussed in accordance with Islamic economic and finance principle. Who can help us? These experts will try to help us to address these complex issues. We will begin our discussion with the honorable speaker who will be linking with the main theme of our 2 days conference. Mr. Ghulam Muhammad Abbasi, an experienced banker, outstanding speaker, who has been a keynote speaker in various local and international conferences representing Islamic banking and finance point of view and policy orientation by the State Bank of Pakistan. He is an expert in addressing banking issues related to Islamic finance. Currently, he holds an additional directorship inspection, State Bank of Pakistan. So we will learn a lot of deeds regarding policy making post-COVID issues. Moreover, our second speaker is an amazing Umar Mustafa Ansari, IOFI Bahrain, an author, a public speakers, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan, who is serving as an Assistant Secretary General of IOFI. Previously, he worked as head of Islamic Financial Service, Ernst & Young, an international body, and also Dr. Hussain Qadri is our third keynote speaker, an experienced academic author, public speakers, manager. So this year, ladies and gentlemen, this year there will be 7 keynote speeches, 4 panel discussions with 20 panelists and moderators operating to present post-COVID issues, 3 technical sessions, 2 days, 1 Islamic banking master's quiz, 1 global Islamic finance report launching event with more than 12 papers will be presented. This year, the selected paper will form a new proposed book, Pandemic Digitalization, Social Responsibilities, Role of Islamic Industry. Some of you may have already signed publisher's copyright form, and we will be contracting those authors to please communicate with one of our staff members. Our first session will begin with the keynote speech of Ghulam Muhammad Abbasi, State Bank of Pakistan, followed by Umar Mustafa Ansari, and then after these speeches, a powerful panel discussion between 5 international scholars, well known in their areas, established scholars and bankers and financiers. They will be representing and talking about the social, economic, environmental challenges and role of Islamic finance and industry can play post, and then it will follow by question answer. I will be conducting myself as a moderator of this session. With me, Dr. Farid will be also helping me. The panel discussion will be followed by a short break. After this, we will have a technical session on the theme Shariah governance, corporate social responsibilities of Islamic financial industry. My dear, note that each session will have a keynote speaker in each session and a moderator who will introduce the speakers and invite them to present their papers. After all these speakers have presented their topics, those present in the audience will have an opportunity to ask some questions according to the topic concerned. After the first technical session, there will be a short break before the second panel. And one of my old colleagues from King Abdulaziz University, now working as a professor of finance and heading a department, the British University of Dubai, Professor Hussam Ad-Din Malkawi, my co-author, my co-researcher, will be addressing a panel, chairing a panel discussion on Islamic finance, blockchain, crowdfunding, digitalization of Islamic economy's landscape. Oh, what a wonderful event it will be. Soon after this panel discussion, there will be Cambridge Islamic Banking Master's Quiz. The winner, as last year, will be given a certificate and a prize. This session will end the first day of the conferences. Second day of the conference, the 31st of January, will be conducted in the same way as they are conducted, will be conducted today. There will be 2 panel discussions tomorrow, 2 technical sessions, and 2 keynote speeches. First speech will be given by Ahmed Buckley, United Nations expert, sanctions, counterterrorism, United States, and the second speech will be given by Professor Dr. Hussain Mohiuddin Qadi, Deputy Chairman, Board of Governors, Minhaj University, Lahore, keynote speech. And there will be a session on launching Global Islamic Finance Report by Cambridge IFA UK, one of our continuous sponsor. A final closing ceremony will be taking place by presenting a conference synthesis declaration, and vote of thanks will be given by Honorable Professor Dr. Syed Shariah, Pro Vice Chancellor, Minhaj University, Lahore. My dear friends and colleagues, I hope you will enjoy this very special opportunity to meet and greet with international guests and speaker, our expert panelists, and to discuss the topic related to the theme of this conference. On behalf of the organization committee, on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, I would like to thank you all and wish you best of luck. Sit back at your home, lockdown situation, and enjoyed your conference. Thank you very much.